Okay, the next thing we're gonna work on is stay and then hopefully get to our park it. So stay is telling your dog to freeze. It means do not move until I release you. Stay is one that we want to keep building up over time. When we're working on stay, we have different parts of the stay we're working on. So you have distance, right? So that's, you know, can I ask Tibbs to stay and walk 10 feet away? Or can I take one step away? So I want to slowly build in more and more distance. Distractions might be, you know, there's another dog over there making noises, so he hears that, that's a distraction. If I drop something on the floor, that might be a distraction. If we're working outside, that's a distraction. So as you're working on your distractions, we'll want him to start being able to handle more and more. So we have distance, distractions, and then duration. So can I hold a 2-second stay? Can I hold a 10-minute stay? So all those things are going to be slowly combined together to help him get better and better at his stays. So during the stay, our hand cue is a palm up, right? This means to stop, do not move. Throughout the stay, I'm going to ask him to stay. I will move away and around him, but I will always come back and reward him. So he gets the treat or the food for being calm and still and not moving. And then when it's all over, I will release him by saying, okay, and patting my leg. So Tibbs, come. Good boy, sit. Good boy, stay. So I want to make sure he's paying attention. So if he's looking around, I'll ask for the watch me. Stay. Okay, so I'm just going to move back, side to side. Good boy, and then I'll come back and reward him. So I'm just rewarding. That doesn't mean that he's allowed to get up yet. Watch me. Slobber. I'm going to wait for him to finish chewing. Stay. Right, so once he's done chewing, then I can move around again. Okay, come back and reward. So I could keep doing that, right? I could keep going out. I'll try to walk a circle around him. That will be a little more difficult. Stay. Stay. Help him. Yes. Okay. Okay, Tibbs. Good boy. So when it's over, I release him up. So me going behind him, he was like, oh, I don't know. So that would be maybe a little bit too hard of a distraction. So I want to make it easier. So I might practice like going almost all the way behind, then go the other way until I can fully go around him. And then I would start working on making my circle bigger and bigger. And just making sure he can always hold it. So Tibbs, come. Good boy. Let's do a quick down stay. Tibbs, down. Good boy. Stay. Good. Stay. So I'm just going to put in a little distraction. A distraction could literally be anything, right? I'm just trying to teach him that it doesn't matter what else is going on in the environment. If we ask him to stay, we want him to hold it. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. Go ahead. Stay. He's like, where did that go? So now if I was doing a stay and he broke this stay, like it was just too much for him, he got up, my job is to quickly get in and just give a little correction. And when I say correction, I mean verbally just going, right? So if he got up, I might say, and then tell him what I would like him to do. So, sit or down, and then go back into the stay. Good boy. All right, so you're gonna keep building up your stays, always release it, always reward while he's not moving. So now, let's go back to our park it. So when we're doing park it, you can use any kind of bed. This is a really big bed, it didn't have to be this big. Tibbs. Good boy. So when we're doing park it, one of the things that'll help you is if you move the bed. So If I always keep my bed over here, when I move it out, it becomes a visual cue to him that he should go lay down in that bed. He should go relax. So he may or may not just go jump in the bed whenever we do this. Just gonna put it down there. Oh yeah, he's like, oh, I think we're playing that game. I love this game, right? So I didn't ask him to park it, not verbally anyway, but I love that he made that choice, so I'm gonna reward him for it. Good. Because I'm treating with his dog food a lot, I'm not like giving him one tiny little kernel of food each time. It's like a little handful. Okay, so park it is a lot like stay, but I'm going to send him over, okay? So I'm sending him to his mat. Okay, Tibbs, touch. Okay, touch. Good, Tibbs. Park it. Good. Yes, good. So I'm yesing him for going on a park it. I want him to go on and lay all the way down, okay? So if he got on the bed and just sat and looked at me, that wouldn't count. He has to lay down. And then once he lays down, I'm just gonna move around him again, right? Like just like in the stay. It's a great time if you're watching TV or just hanging out and just relaxing. Sit on your couch, have him in the middle of the floor in his park it, and then you could toss food over to him. I would wait for him to start looking up. Good boy, you could toss the food to him. So that way he learns he doesn't need to come to you to get rewarded. He can go over there and get rewarded. Okay, Tibbs. Okay. Good, Tibbs. Right here. Good boy. Okay. Oh, good. He's like, wait. Tibbs. Go park it. Good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, yes, he is. Park it. Good boy. So again, your park it is you look to where you want him to go and you point over to it. So you can actually like use your whole body to point. Good. And then work on duration. Work on moving around the room. This is a great one to use if you're cooking and you don't want him right under your feet. Have him do a park it. If you guys are eating dinner, have him go do a park it. And in the beginning, you need to be rewarding, right? In each new scenario, reward him, praise him, so that eventually he just learns, oh, when they sit down to eat, that means I go to my mat, and then maybe we set it up where at the end of you eating, then he gets a reward instead of all the way through it. But that takes time and practice in each of those scenarios. Good boy. So we could go for a really long time here. I'm not gonna have you watch us do a long duration to this, but it should be practiced at home, going longer and longer and longer. Good, okay.